Like many slaves during his time, education was shackled and locked up. And like many slaves during his time, education needed to be emancipated.
Well, it's a school that you may not have heard much about or taken a visit of, but Robert Jamieson School might be something that you've heard about in District 150. It's one of many special schools within the district. It sits just west of Sterling on Richwoods Boulevard and houses several of the district's special education students. We're going to visit Jamieson School today in this special edition of Remarkable Times. I'm Chris Copeland, Director of Public Relations at Peoria Public Schools. Thanks for joining us. Also on this first day of the second semester for the 2011-2012 school year, we're also going to visit a special event here at Jameson, the kickoff to PBIS, which is a district-wide event on this first day of the second semester, and Jameson will also be kicking off their implementation of PBIS, the Positive Behavior Interventions and Supports system that rewards good behavior within the district and encourages students by laying out the expectations for everywhere they may be in the school. So we'll learn more about that. But first we're going to take a tour of Jameson and visit with some of the students.
My name is Greg Fell and welcome to Jamison School.
All right, Greg, and what do you like about middle school here at Jameson?
I like math.
Welcome to Jameson. My name is Justin. Welcome to Jameson.
All right, Justin, and what do you like here about Jameson?
It's a very good school, very good teachers, and a lot of fun.
And how long have you been coming to Jameson?
2 years.
All right, and what is your favorite class?
Math and reading, PE, cooking.
Hi, I'm Brianna, and I'm in high school.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Brianna. What is your favorite part about coming to Jameson every day?
Swimming.
And what do you do in swimming? You have your own pool here at school that you can access. And what do you do with your fellow students and your teachers in the swimming pool?
Exercise.
Hi, welcome to Jameson. I'm Jameson.
Well, thanks for joining us, Jameson. And you're middle school here. You're just starting middle school. What's your favorite thing to do when you come to school every day?
Well, I like to swim, and I like to do jobs, and I like to play basketball and PE, and I like to do everything.
Okay. And what jobs do you do?
I do stringing, I do work, and I do everything.
Okay. And what are some of your favorite classes?
I like Miss Kathy's class, Miss Paul's class, and Miss and Everett's class.
I like to be in the pool.
Okay.
With my friends.
With your friends. And so Jameson's not only just a place to come to school, but it's a family here, right?
Yep. Yes, it is. We are family.
Teachers take their time with us with cooking, cook different things every day. But today we're cooking, and we're going to be cooking oatmeal.
I work in the cafeteria with Miss Esser.
Okay, and what do you do when you're working in the cafeteria?
We clean the dishes.
Have you been doing that for a while? Do you like doing that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and do you hope to someday get a job doing the same thing?
Yes.
Where have you thought about getting a job to do that?
I don't know, but I hope I get somewhere important.
Hi, I'm Cinda Garst, and I'm the Vocational Coordinator here at Jameson, as well as other schools in the district. I work with the low incidence population, and my role is helping to find jobs for the students in the community, volunteer experiences as well as paid positions. A lot of our students stay until they're almost 22, and it's the goal to help them find their fit in society and find suitable employment or volunteer experience, so when they become adults and they no longer have this awesome school to come to, that they have things to look forward to and ways that they're productive as adults.
And one of the great things about this awesome school is that it teaches kids the life skills that they need to be successful. And so a lot of times they are building up those skills that they then use with you as they go out and find employment or volunteer opportunities.
That's correct. And it's really important. You don't, the general population, they may head off to college, get training, and that's just a natural progression. For these kids, we just really have to walk through the process with them as well as the families, because you've got to consider, can they be independent? How are they going to get to the job? And all the different components. It's a pretty complicated process, but when you get a fit, it's extremely rewarding.
And so what are some of the opportunities they have here at school as far as building those life skills? I know there's cooking classes and laundry and those kind of things.
Well, not only are we working on functional reading and functional math, we're working on those social skills, and that's one of the biggest things. With our kids, they're usually extremely eager workers. They want to be helpful, but, they're much more accepted in the community if they have good social skills. So we spend a lot of time on that. We spend a lot of time on vocational skills and what's expected on the job, the behaviors on the job, how to be a good employee. So all those components fit in to hopefully successful outcomes.
And what are some of the other opportunities here at Jameson that students have that are offered to them?
Well, right now we have in the high school realm, which is more what I work with, on Thursday mornings they're going out to different places and volunteering. They're going to Park and Histra and the Friendship House and Proctor Nursing Home, and they're doing some opportunities, so they're getting out and being able to give back. There's no pay involved. And on Tuesday mornings, a couple of our classes are going to Longhorn, and they're able to help set up the front of the house and the back of the house, and it's an exciting up. They're measuring vegetables. They're just doing a wonderful job. And then several of our other students, some are working here at school, assisting custodial and in the kitchen. And then we have other students that are out working in the community. Ashley, who you're going to meet in a minute, we have a co-op with Proctor Hospital, and she is working in the laundry. And we started out where we're paying the wage, and then in just a couple weeks, we'll be splitting the wage and she'll make minimum wage. And so she works doing laundry. We've got some students at Bickford House helping in the kitchen and helping with the recreation part. Some doing childcare. Justin has an interview tomorrow at Landmark. And, it's amazing, out in the community where we're at. We're really building up a good reputation, and people are excited to see our kids come through the door.
Some exciting opportunities for them and the employers, but something for the kids to really look forward to.
It's just a win-win, because it doesn't really matter how much ability you have. Our kids know how important work is, and they're excited. They know their days that, I work on Mondays and Wednesdays. When they come in the building, they see me, and as they're reaching 15, 16, and they see me, they're like, well, when can I get a job? I don't think people in general realize how important it is that they want to be productive. They don't want to, and I think in general people don't realize once they turn 22, the service is really shut down and there's not much out there. So if they can't be productive or they can't volunteer, they're going to be sitting home. And that's not an outcome that we want for our students.
Hey, I'm Ashley. Welcome to Jamison School.
All right. Glad to meet you, Ashley. Talk a little bit about what you do here at Jameson, and I understand you have some exciting news about starting a job.
I come to school to go to my job. I wake every day I work every Tuesdays and to Thursdays. So tomorrow I'll be at work working, and my job is something like you put tiles and stuff and sheets and bed sheets and stuff on the shelf.
Okay, so you put the laundry away.
Yeah.
All right. So you work every Tuesday and Thursday at Proctor Hospital. How long have you been doing that?
Well, I can't ask that question right there, but it's been a long time.
You've been doing that for a while. All right. And do you like your job?
Yes, I like my job. It's good to me.
Well, again, we are excited to be visiting Jamison School today and learning more about the school here on Richwoods Boulevard. A special thank you to the students and the staff for giving us a tour of their school, and we're excited to learn more about that. We're also excited to learn more about PBIS, which is being kicked off for this first day of the second semester in the 2011-2012 school year. PBIS is Positive Behavior Intervention and Supports. It's a system that rewards positive behavior and sets the expectations for students no matter where they are in the school. If you're visiting one of our schools, whether your student goes here at Jameson or any of our other schools within the district, you'll probably see one of these behavior matrices when you walk in the school, whether it's in the hallway, in the cafeteria, in the bathroom. And this is a resource for teachers and staff to use with students as they're traveling maybe from class to class or to the cafeteria, showing those behaviors that are expected of the students. Those behaviors, when shown by the students are rewarded for showing those behaviors rather. And so let's learn a little bit more about PBIS. We're going to talk to the principal, Jim Gimelo, here at Jameson about their implementation. But first, we're going to step into the kickoff event featuring special guest speaker Jim Ardis, Mayor of Peoria.
What I really like about this program is that it's a positive program. It's going to reward you for doing the right thing. Nobody likes to get in trouble when you're doing something bad, do they? But it happens. Sometimes you do things you're not supposed to do and you get in trouble. But this program, as you learn more about it, is going to help you to do the right thing and the positive thing all the time. And then you're going to get some of those ego bucks that they're going to tell you a little bit more about.
All right, guys, they talked about the Jameson Bucks. Miss Linda and Mr. Cabretti made up Jameson dollars. And when we catch you doing what's right, we're going to give you $1. Let me get on my schedule. Every Tuesday and Thursday, this cart that has all sorts of different things on it is going to come to Miss Chris's class, Miss Brenda's class, Miss Linda's class, and Miss Kathy's class. And you get to take your dollars that you have saved up and buy things out of the cart. And then on Wednesday and Friday, it's going to the high school kids. So you need to save your dollars. Some of the teachers will be saving them for you. Some of the high school kids will be putting them in your folders that you put your pencils in there with. You need to keep them. You need to hold on to them because the more you have, the more you can buy from our cart. We have stuff from $1. We're going to probably go up to $20. We have pencils, pens, hats, lotions, perfumes, snacks. We have a lot of snacks. We have all sorts of different stuff. So the more of these you get, the more stuff you can buy.
Each room, like you see here in the gym and up here in the gym, it has what the expectations, meaning what we expect for you guys, we as a staff, to do. They're posted in every room. So whether or not, let's say Greg, hi Greg, let's say Greg goes to Miss Carroll's class, she's going to be showing him on the wall the expectations of how he should behave. When he goes to Miss Kate's class, it's the same expectations. When he comes to the gym, it's similar expectations. When you go to the pool, similar expectations. So everywhere we go, we're going to be unified as one, from the pre-K class all the way up to the 21 and older class. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to break out, and with your class, you're going to go to the various stations for 5 minutes to learn about each station and what the expectations are in that station.
Follows our routine. What's the other thing I expect? You should follow.
Just pretend. Show me. Get up and show me over there. What are you going to do next? You're going to take your tray, both hands, right? And then we're going to pretend that we're throwing it away. Right. Okay.
Hands at your side, nice walking. Here we go. Good job. Stop. Very good.
with Principal Jim Lowe here at Jameson, and today is a special day in that it's your PBIS kickoff, Positive Behavior and Support. And today you're having a special speaker in, doing some special activities with the kids on this first day of the semester. Talk a little bit about what you're doing and what today means for your staff and students.
Okay, we've adopted PBIS, and we spent the first semester training staff, and we went to a lot of trainings and we got everything down. And today we're going to kick it off. We're going to start. We are honored to have Mayor Jim Artis here to speak and to visit with us, and we are going to introduce PBIS, which is a focus on a couple of things. One, focus on the positives that students are doing, and not necessarily focusing on the negatives. With encouragement and being kind and not looking at punitive things all the time, but looking at how we can get students to behave, being proactive. The PBIS I think will really help our students in that every classroom, no matter what age, we have age pre-K to 20 or the day before they turn 22 here, and each class, it's the same expectations. We have behavior matrix for the classroom, the hallways, the lunchroom, the gym, the bathrooms, everywhere, and it's posted what are the expectations of the students, and if the students follow those, they get rewarded. We have Eagle Bucks, and they receive those bucks and they can purchase things down the line. We are also doing other incentives, food incentives, different things. Pizza parties for classes with the highest, rate and different things. So I think it's really going to be a great thing for our school. I think it's something that we already kind of focused on, but we definitely didn't have, the kids switch classes, and so in one class, the expectation or the rules may be this. In this class, they're that. That's just, human nature. But this kind of takes that out of it, and having us united as one with our expectations, so no matter where the student is in the school, we are expecting the same things.
And we should mention that PBIS is a state system, also recognized on the national level, and so this isn't something new just here in District 150, but also several of our schools in the district have used this for a couple of years even, and so today is actually the kickoff district-wide for all of our schools. Everybody will be using this from today here on out, and talk a little bit about the process your staff went through to plan for this day and what they've done to get ready for the implementation.
Well, we had a PBIS team that was formed out of our leadership team, and we went through several days of training and also did a lot of planning on our end. Kathy Simmons, she's our PBIS coach, so she had the most training on it, and she's kind of our building expert. She actually initiated PBIS at Lincoln years ago, so she had some experience, and staff has really bought into it. I think in part because of what I already mentioned, that it's partly our philosophy now. It kind of aligns with what we believe, and that's being positive with the students. And that doesn't mean that at times that, we don't have, we still discipline students, and we have our discipline procedures, but overall it's a positive vibe, positive with students. And so we went through a lot of training, and then yesterday we introduced it to the parents. We had a parent forum in November that we introduced it to the parents. And then we also did with our teachers during professional development. We introduced it to our teachers. And then yesterday we had all staff. We were fortunate enough to be able to have our behavior attendants, bus drivers, everybody here present for the training. And we got a little more in depth too than we did with the other two presentations. And everybody's just really been on board, and we're ready to go.
So again, to recap today, kickoff event for students with special guest Mayor Jim Artis, and then followed by be introducing it to students both during the event and afterwards by traveling to different stations where students will visit the bathroom and see the matrix on the wall that give them the expectations and the appropriate behaviors for that location. Same thing for the cafeteria and the hallways.
The piece that I like the most about it is the piece that we've got these signs. We got a bunch of signs made, and so the behavior matrix or the expectations are posted, and they're everywhere. So when you're in the halls, you can refer, because I put them on the walls all the way through the building and in the classroom, and I mean you can refer to them, and it's just nice. It kind of takes some of the guesswork out of running your classroom or running the school, because we have everything in place. And we created the behavior matrix, we meaning the staff.
And the students see the same thing everywhere they go.
Right, and so we're consistent with them, and they will learn the expectations much faster because of the fact that they're so exposed to it.
We want to thank you again for joining us in this edition of Remarkable Times. It is hard to believe that the second semester is more than halfway over, and we're now counting down the days to the end of the school year. We do have several events coming up yet this year that we want you to know about. The first is just a few days away, our annual State of the Schools address being held this year on May 2nd. It's a Wednesday, 7:30 in the morning at the Peoria Civic Center. Tickets are available by contacting the Chamber at 495-5914. As we get to May and the school year winds down, there are still a few activities that we want you to know about. And that is, we'll start with May 28th. That's Monday. Our district will observe Memorial Day. There will be no school for students. Students will then return on Tuesday and Wednesday for their final 2 days of school this school year. The last day of school is Wednesday, May 30th. High school graduation ceremonies are planned, and those start with Jamison School on Wednesday, May 30th. That will be held at Jameson at 6:30 p.m. That's Wednesday, May 30th for Jamison School. All traditional district high schools will hold their graduation ceremonies on Saturday, June 2nd. Those will take place at Bradley University's Renaissance Coliseum. Students at Woodruff Career and Technical Center, as well as the Knoxville Center for Student Success, will return to their home high school to graduate with their classmates. Those graduations at Bradley's Renaissance Coliseum will be held starting with Richwoods High School at 2 p.m. on Saturday, June 2nd, followed by Peoria High School at 4:30 p.m. on June 2nd, and Manual Academy will cap off the night at 7 o'clock at Renaissance Coliseum on June 2nd. So we look forward to those graduation ceremonies. Again, just more than a month remains for the school year, and we want to remind you that Compass Learning is an online educational opportunity for students to access and take part in academic lessons. They may need remediation or they may need enrichment activities, and we definitely encourage you to log on with your student this summer to take part in those activities. If you need help logging on, you may contact your school, your student's school, and they can help you with your username and password. Compass Learning offers content in all subject areas. You can log on any computer that has internet access, including those at the Peoria Public Library, any branches here in the city. Again, we definitely encourage you to take part in that tool. Well, that is all the time we have for this episode of Remarkable Times. On behalf of Superintendent Dr. Grenada Lathan, thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Copeland. So long.
News on the Go. We're at Carver Community Center, where there's an important meeting going on tonight, not only to announce the priorities for Southtown TIF redevelopment funds, but also what could be a very interesting and successful venture that involves kids that are dropping out of high school, with William Polite, who is with the Magic Johnson Learning Center. And right, tell us exactly first what is that. What is it that Magic Johnson has started?
Well, Magic has become very concerned and involved with the dropout crisis across the country. About 3 years ago, he got called in New York City by Mayor Bloomberg to come in and do what he was calling a roll call in the city at that time to help him with the dropout problem in New York City. And at that time, he really realized how bad the dropout problem was around the country in many of the places that he was already doing business in. And he kind of said, well, what can I do about this problem? And therefore, the Magic Johnson Bridge Cape Learning Center concept came into being. And what we're doing is trying to reach out to kids that have dropped out of school, kids that are about to drop out of school, and kids that are also coming out of juvenile justice centers around the country that need an alternative setting to grow in, and looking to partner with school districts to help solve that dropout problem across the country in different places, everywhere from New York City to LA, but also in the Peorias, the Birminghams, the Little Rock, Arkansas, the big and the small places. We've got to do something about the problem. Since the few times I've been here to visit, I've met some very passionate and concerned community members and leaders here in Peoria who really want to reach out and make some positive things happen at the Carver Center here. And we would just be excited to just be a part of that and saving lives here in Peoria and working with the community to catch those, as I said, that are falling through the cracks. So we're excited about the possibilities, and we'll see what's going to happen.
We're now here with Vic Murray, who is a food drive coordinator for the National Association of Letter Carriers Food Drive, coming up in May. Victor, how many years has it been now?
It's been 20 years, Dennis. We've and actually Peoria was one of the first cities to actually be participating in the food drive. It was such a success that we just kept on going and going and going.
What is the purpose of the food drive?
Well, the purpose is to have the community donate some non-perishable food items, and then it gets distributed to the families and the people that need them in our community. So it's a community-based drive, actually. Everybody who wants to participate, just drop off a couple non-perishable food items by their mailbox, and then your letter carrier will pick it up, and then basically that's it. That's all that needs to be done. You give us the food and we'll take it to the proper areas to be distributed out.